everybody, this is Grimmy. Today's Speedpaint, which was meant to be posted last Sunday, but hey, uni, is of Sendak from Voltron. I did a Speedpaint of him back in July of this year, but I wanted to do another drawing of him since I love his design so much. I actually only started watching Voltron July of this year, and I immediately fell in love with Sendak. Not literally, but in a fangirl way. His personality, his design, and his fight against Shiro in the first season completely captured me. Not to mention that his voice actor has an amazing voice. This probably sounds weird, but a character's voice is extremely important to me. If a character has a voice that either doesn't fit them or that I don't like, I probably won't like them. Such an example is Sarada from Boruto, and there are other reasons that I don't like her, but her voice is one of the main factors why I'm not particularly a fan of hers. Also, fun fact, Sendak's Japanese voice dub is actually Daisuke Ono, who has voiced many of my favourite characters, such as Erwin Smith from Attack on Titan, Sebastian Michaelis from Black Butler, Shizuo Hajime, I don't know how to say his name, from Durarara, Jushimatsu from Osomatsu-san, and he's also played many other popular characters. So when I learned that Daisuke Ono was going to voice Sendak, and when I actually heard his voice, I was over the freaking moon. You have no idea. It just fits him so well. Anyway, enough about Sendak's voice. Sendak's design is so cool to me. I genuinely adore Vegara from Voltron, and if I'm being blunt, Vegara are the only reason why I even watched the show. Yes, the paladins are cute, and Shira is great, and Lance is lovable, and Loto is beautiful, blah blah blah, but come on. Sendak's and Colivan's fluffy ears, Ulaz's white markings, Thace's fluffy face, the Gara's freaking claws, I just love them so much. Despite me saying that I love the Gara, I've hardly drawn any Gara or any Voltron art at all. Mostly because I never feel comfortable about drawing fan art. However, I recently got the confidence to try and do so, and so I made this. The original sketch was a messy pen sketch at the back of my notebook, so I made a cleaned up sketch on Paint Tool's eye. The one thing I really struggled with was Sendak's armour. I don't do well with complex designs, and if I haven't drawn a design myself, I struggle to keep the design exactly accurate. It doesn't help that I'm no good with robots, vehicles and stuff like that. Still, once I had finished the line art, I was really pleased with my, with the outcome of it, especially since it was my first try. I drew his season 5 and onwards armor design, since I think it's a lot cooler than his previous armor design. I really love his season 5 and onwards design, like, so much. He looks so badass with his longer fur and new cybernetic arm. I did like his old paw-like cybernetic one from season 1, but the new one fits him so much better, mainly because its design is, I don't know, it's so much more attack orientated, and I just really like it. I don't know. The Gara, especially Sendak, have really influenced how I draw like clawed hands, teeth, and general animal-like features. They've even influenced my appreciation for the colour purple, a colour I used to not like. I now really like purple because of the Gara. As a side note, I don't really consider half-breed Gara of any kind as Gara. For me, Gara have a certain attitude and aesthetic to be called Gara. So for example, Keith, Lotor, Axa, Zethrid, Izor, and Narti are not Gara for me, but Colivan, Ulaz, Antok, Throk, Sendak, Haxus, Hepta, those kind of characters are definitely Gara. Obviously that's not accurate to canon because the others are half Gara, but for me, it's when I mean Gara, I mean those like Colivan, Sendak, and those kind of people. Anyway, in the Speedpaint, I'm drawing Sendak straight from a fight, his hand still fresh with blood. When I was drawing this, I set it during the 3 years that the paladins were missing, sort of before season 7 kind of thing. And so during the time when Sendak was slowly getting an army together to attack Earth. I also did a simple background of a purple outer space full of stars, as well as a small detail of Sendak being inside a ship by it having seemed like you could see the stars through a window. So at the bottom and on the side you can see a sort of purple rim with more neon coloured lines of purple to show that he is inside a ship, he's not just floating in outer space. I had a lot of fun drawing this, mainly because I love Sendak so much, and his design generally just really, like, aesthetically is so nice to look at for me. I tend to prefer characters that are more I don't like pretty boy characters too much, which is probably why I didn't care for Loto much, but I really like sort of more masculine character designs like Colovan and Sendak, which is why I really like characters like Owen Smith and like trying to think. Yeah, like Owen Smith type of characters, more well-developed masculine bodies for like males. I really prefer those kind of body types rather than the petite, pretty boys that you often see in anime. That's mainly just me. I know a lot of people do like this kind of like, I think call them bishonen, like bishonen boys, sort of like cutesy boys that are like, you know, really good looking, have sparkles in their eyes. I know a lot of people do like that, but that personally doesn't appeal to me. I tend to prefer more, not buff, but more fight-orientated characters. So like Grimjo from Bleach, and even, heck, like Tobirama from Naruto and stuff like that. I prefer those kind of characters that are a little bit more, not actually mature, but a bit more mature, so they're not like teenage kids, you know, teenage boys or really young adult boys. I don't like those kind of body types in anime. So Sendak's sort of whole design just really appeals to me. And you know, even all of the Gara, just generally, I love their design, and they have such a diverse design. Some of them have, you know, fluff, some of them have sort of mantra-like head shapes, some of them, is that what they're called, mantras? I have no ideas. You know those fish that sort of seem to flap, like have like wings? Some of the Gara have those kind of head designs, so I thought that I thought that was quite a cool design. And I just like how some of the Gara have like scars, some of them have markings, some of them have more human looking hair, and others just look like they're basically just an overgrown kitten. I just thought that was, you know, really cool. So yeah, and Sendak's my favorite character from Voltron, obviously. Colovan being a close second, but yes, Sendak all the way. I'll make a whole video on why I love Sendak and why I was really disappointed in, spoilers, in his death in season 7. So yeah, I don't have high hopes for season 8, to be honest, but oh well, we'll see how it goes in December. I'll make a whole video on it. I'm gonna make a whole Voltron video in December when I've watched season 8, because it needs to be done, and I have so many thoughts on Voltron, mostly good but some negative, both towards the actual show and towards the fandom. I just need to put into a video. I do not care if people don't watch it, I just need it to be out there, because I respect everybody's opinion. Everybody is allowed to enjoy their things and stuff like that. There are just some things that have been done in both Voltron and the fandom that I feel haven't been voiced how I would voice them, and it's so much pain for a cartoon, you know. People go say, it's not just a cartoon. It's just a cartoon. I'm doing cartoons and comics. It's just a cartoon. But people are so passionate about it. And I'm passionate about it. I want the show to be good, but you don't need to harass the creators because of it. But anyway, that's a complete different, can of worms. That's for another video. So yeah, this is the end of the video. You can find all of my social media links in the description, as well as any songs I may have used in this video. I had a lot of fun drawing this, and I hope you're able to enjoy it too. Thanks for watching. Bye bye!